you're probably not going to see, because there's so many teams have said the problem is you smoke off. You
see Roma's out there across the top floor, kind of trying to hold a good portion of that, and I think what that's going to lead to.
And then push their way through in towards bunks and in towards games. Otherwise, you're looking in towards things like Horse, which is where Noah has been sat. But so far for SSG, where they found their 2 opening kills, has been on members of Secret.
Ashen's going to be making his way up red stairs by the looks of things, and what a beautiful challenge onto Noah. Takes him out of Horse. Doom looks for the fight back, takes one onto Fultz, but 2 versus 4 are going to be extremely difficult here. Adrian misses his opportunity, taken down by Benja on the reverse angle. That leaves us now in a 1 versus 3.
Something in the rotate, and sure enough, a player is going to push around here. We don't know where to find him, though. Right sort of idea. Gets the down on 1, looking for the second, but can't quite find him. Has to be careful up towards his right. Is J90 who gets the finish. SSG taking round 1.
Yeah, good his own way down there with the skeleton key.
From there where they try and build out from, though, right? This one's a little bit easy because you can go straight into bending and push through there, so this main wall being opened up is no doubt going to be number 1. But they're struggling here, SSG, to really get too far into the map itself. J90 has just stepped in towards vending on the bottom side, so they're trying to pinch in now onto these Secret players. They've got the man advantage. This is looking good.
Just had a little bit of a standoff there on the red stairs. It continues. Noah swings around. He's the one who gets it. The barbed wire, I think, gave Ashen away, but Benja picks up Mowgli elsewhere. 4 versus 2 now, and SSG starting to put a little bit more pressure on towards site. As it is, Noah, Savage, neither of them are really in there. Noah just steps inside of the door to site, but he's going to get pressured heavily now.
I was going to say there, they had 3 players all ready to hit site once they got control of that court.
That lockdown, they should have a drone there, they should have knowledge, and they should be aware if he tries to push across. So Savage back downstairs. Secret are giving up top floor.
Gets away with the kill and manages to keep the diffuser. It's in front of him.
He can just sit pretty here for the time being and just hold them at bay. This is really well played. Smart play from Savage.
Thing is, they're trying to make moves like a stalemate in chest where he hasn't got to move his feet here really, and they haven't got any nades to force him to move into a sight line. Both Dockerby Cool's trying to deal with him really in a way. He's kind of single-handedly won this round for his team regardless of what happens next, unless we see a bit of a clutch coming out. Benja around the corner, pre-firing, but Savage a little bit better in the moment. J90 with it all to do. And sure enough, Secret
maybe, you know, value in a hard breacher as well. Dockerby always valuable.
But they're the main ones you've got to worry about. Yeah. Here we go. The rush, like I said, coming through with the blitz up front. 4 players all stacked up on one doorway here. They're going in, hailing smoke, and Adrian is up nice and close. At range, half range, I should say, more than mid-level. Brings down 2. A flanking from Mowgli, a C4 over the top as well. They've found 4 players and completely decimated this rush.
Yeah, the attempted push in through courtyard is just...
SSG have played this slower style throughout this half, and it's worked pretty effectively, bar the rush in the previous round that we all saw go a certain way. Fultz, unfortunately, careering into one of the explosives coming out from Doom, and then dies to his hand with the gun anyway. Track coming on through as Doom hits the second here just to make life even harder. Doesn't matter about the track in his mind when he can just bring down Ashen as he steps on forward. Good success so far for Secret, and SSG reeling a little bit.
Oh, I was just going to say they've done a better job of sort of disrupting that bottom floor hold this time as Doom got taken out underneath by J90. Leaves them 4 versus 3 though. Still not a bad position as Savage manages to find another onto Benja. 30 seconds left to go. Newer's on low health as well. This is not looking good for SSG. Secret, they could be claiming their 3rd round in a row. They know they're on the stairs. Adrian hits him with the headshot. Mowgli with the shotgun, and that is going to close things out. Secret 3-2.
Very
the rush earlier. SSG aren't going to go for that again, but you know they did suffer the attempt from there, so it's a case of making sure they don't. Adrian, he's having a real game so far today. 7-2.
For a new map, the defenders are doing pretty well. Sees him up through the hatch, but unfortunately can't quite get the shot. Steps across for it now, but no. Savage finding J90 first, even with the smoke coming on through from the Gapper Tower. It's nowhere near enough. Secret going to get that 4-2 half they were after. Actually, hang on a minute. Ashen getting 2 out of seemingly nowhere, even with a few shots coming back his way, but he eats 2 of those goo mines, Tim. This round is definitely done. He's got a single bullet of HP to his name, and Savage is going to find it to give Secret that 4-2 half.
All smiles on the side to see how Secret can do now that they are on the attack.
I was looking at they actually have a lower defensive win percentage than attack, which is arguably where their game struggle.
In a fairly direct route, looking to just kind of come in through that museum and White Stairs area, straight in, directly towards site and put pressure on there. We heard Candelas going off. Fultz ultimately.
The Secret were looking to apply in towards that northwest part of the map. Now it simply doesn't exist. And as it stands, I can see a couple of players looking a little bit unsure on where to go next on Secret. It feels like they're starting to lose the wind in their sails.
Yeah, largely as expected. I think the attacking side is definitely proving more scrabbling around, trying to take a fight,
This
trying to do. He's
about to get pushed in.
He's wedged. It's a real problem coming up for Mowgli now.
Like there's no way you can go because you can't get back up either, so it's a bit like once you're in here, you are very well and truly stuck. He'll have a go, Fultz, but loses his life for it. Could have been a flawless round for his team, but it's simply not going to build into that. Drops down through. Of course, the new way down the ladder. But Benja collects the closing kill, SSG.
There's 30 seconds left to go, and there's still work for Secret to be done here. They are in control of large amounts of this top floor, though I said that I wanted to see some map control for them. A flash ain't going to help you there, but a couple of kills will. Noah, Adrian, one apiece. Ashen with a double for himself. 2 versus 1. 15 seconds left to go. Doom, he's putting the kit down. Mowgli is on the cover. Can he find the kill? No. Benja, he manages to get himself back after that long time. Rome for an essential double on the Tubarão. He will go in and decide.
Our bottlenecks.
Windows being opened up immediately. As you said, they will continue to be used. It's too easy. It's too easy. Ashen manages to pick up Doom. Smoke goes as well. Ashen has got Nitro at the ready. We can see those silhouettes. He can't. The drop comes in if he hears it. I think you do get a little bit of audio of the shield there. Nitro goes out successfully. Ashen managing to take down Savage, but the fight back comes from Secret. Not enough though. Triple kill for Ashen before he's taken down. 1 versus 3, and it is all up to Adrian. 20 seconds left to go.
No.
He's flashed himself. He's moving with speed to try and get something going, but very unlikely. I think that SSG give this away now.
No, there's a player right down in front of him as well that he had no idea about. It's an easy close out for SSG, and again, you can see it in the gameplay.
The Rotero drones to get the verticals from Dorms and Games down into sight. Really good stuff from them. Got a little bit of a standoff here. I think they are well aware of J90's position. Nice. In. That was really well played. You know, just showing the...
Well, Savage can now see straight through in towards Dorms. Of course, gets a bit of an angle in towards Games at the same time, so they can put a lot of pressure down, but it's Ashen finding Mowgli. Again, a player that I've remarked on a few times throughout the game has been found out quite early. Naturally, as the entry, you expect it. That's been chewed up and spat out now. 4v4 ensues.
Just look at who he sees, the man. Ashen thinking about taking
Surely
the fight, but he's keeping himself alive for now. He knows that Doom is out there, and he just wants that view. Doom hops out of the window. The shield gets turned toward him. Ashen is just suffering from timing a little bit here. Noah does take him down, but Fultz was able to grab the Blackbeard along the way. But they are pushing now Secret from that south side a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah, you have Benja jumping into the courtyard hallway and looking to provide support from that door. Nooses in the rotating towards bathroom. 3 players all focused on trying to hold on to briefing. They've gone 1 for 1 inside of there, and now they're stepping in. Nuis had no idea what was coming. Plant going down in what you may now refer to as default. Benja, though, wins 1 and wins 2 again! 2 rounds on this map. He's pulled out.
That they're going to try to work in behind, I think, but just see themselves stunned out. Adrian manages to take as little ground as possible, really, and sticks the plant. So the opportunity was there. Captures SSG by surprise, I think, but doesn't really matter. 3 kills come in, 5v2, and Secret just scrabbling to hold on now.
Really cool execute there for sure. And now Ashen's going aggressive on the outside. June, does he know about what's going on off towards his side? I don't know. It's the bending window they've got to worry about, because if Ashen steps across, he could get a freebie. I think the Ash is watching him, so really all eyes on Doom here to be able to hold it down. Looks for one, can't quite find his man, looks for the second, misses that one too. There's traps going off from the Thorn behind him as now we start getting the defuse going down. 2 players down at this point, trying to knife his way through. I don't think he'll get there in time, unfortunately. No, he will not. SSG not dropping a single defensive round. They take the first win on Fortress here at SI 26. Shields come in against Savage. Every single team seems to take them away. No, it's going to be the at once and overwhelm and flood as Grim often enables you to do. Bandit go. There's so many interesting ways to defend it, I think. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the late round plays out, especially.
Yeah, Noah's going to be moving towards Skybridge, and Adrian's on the opposite side looking to support. Fultz does take out Doom. I want to talk about that kill in a second. Interestingly, I think we'll have time now at door that enables him to kind of cut things in half and reduces the movement. Had an opportunity to take down the Blackbeard, didn't manage it. Mowgli manages to find the kill, but the trade is there. Savage low health as well. 3 versus 3.
6 canisters left, Tim.
Yeah, it's a time factor now. 30 seconds left to go, so Secret can wait this out, but Fultz does get the kill with that fire. Not often that we see it from the Tachanka, but because time's running down, Secret were having to be a little bit more aggressive. Damage is done though. Noah manages to find J9O 2 versus 2, and there is an opportunity to put this diffuser down. It's all up to Adrian on the cover. He moves in, that was smart because he knew that Ashen was pushing the corridor in. He does a great job to enable his teammate to get that down. Good plant from and a little bit more popularity now, which is what we like.
Yeah, trigger time's far quicker, the radius is far down. How on earth has J9O got away with that? A free kill onto Savage, who was working his way up the stairs.
Should they choose to, but at the minute Adrian has worked his way downstairs and it looks like he's not going to be opening anything up, and this could be a problem for Secret because it's allowing SSG to just play in the power spots. It's the time from SSG, from Secret realistically, because SSG have just been allowed to stay here for far too long. They've no idea about Benja's position. He manages to get one. Fultz and J9O pick up.
Being in the early round, SSG were, and how it's then causing problems for the side of Secret. This being a more known map, they shouldn't get stung by anywhere near as much, but Ashen has still managed to get rid of Adrian.
Who you get when you find those early kills, but it is down to the other side to make sure that those important players are not being put in risky situations. Duke does find Benja, a lot of damage done there. Noah is down as well. Fighting continues. SSG just looking to get aggressive here. They get backed up as well so they can get the kill onto Noah. Very nicely done. Both with a big double though onto Ashen and Fultz. 2v2 after a bit of chaos on the top floor.
Got a little bit too focused in there and trying to get rid of the down player. It just lets Mowgli come in from behind them through green door and gets a freebie. Wasn't enough cover there coming in from Nuas, who now falls down to Mowgli.
On the clock, so Secret thinking about putting the diffuser down, but as they hear the footsteps, they think, nah, we're going to go for the challenge, but they need to be careful there. All right, what they did though, Mowgli just rotated himself around that rear side.
Fortress first. Club does await as that final map if we have to get there. One of the classic maps in Siege where both teams will be tested over towards that side of the map.
Yeah, it's definitely a push towards where Benja is positioned. You can see on the left of your screen, small canister has come out to try and slow them down. Mowgli gets a good kill onto J9O, starts creating a little bit of space. He's also looking to just clear out behind desk. Fultz has been forced back, but he'll take one with him as he goes. 4 versus 3 SSG now. 50 seconds left to go as the utility starts to fly in, but Secret, they're not moving behind it. They're just sending the flashes in to try and create a little bit of chaos. Savage manages to spray down Benja. Adrian onto Fultz, 2v2, and again, somehow on this top floor, Secret
to get rid of Savage. How many times a day are we going to see Savage try and be aggressive and get down by the other side? It's unfortunate for him, and it's all down to Adrian. Tucks in on display window, 1 for 3 into a 1v1. Secret have lost so many of these today. Is it their time to shine? It's him versus viewers, and sure enough, Adrian goes big to give Secret.
Putting those fire canisters down to prevent the pressure mounting onto him, but Adrian manages to find Nuas elsewhere. SSG, they've got big problems here. They're already on the back foot in a major way. 5 versus 3 as Noah picks up Fultz. It's starting to fall apart, but a couple of kills might just bring them back into it, but I think it's too little too late.
Again, it's the power of a shield. They've all had eyes on Savage there, trying to stop his rush forward. And as they've stepped out to try and challenge him from the side flank, there has been another player nearby to bring him down. Benja very much left alone here, cornered in by the Blitz and finished off by Doom.
An operator though. Savage died on the Monty. Savage has died on the Ying. Adrian died on the Monty, I think, as a first kill. Sorry, on the Ying as well on an earlier round. You know, they are just being able to pick up these sort of important execution operators before they get to that stage of the round over and over SSG, and it hasn't really paid dividends too much for them so far. You kind of got a feel for them.
It's a bit of a bugger, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is that score at the top of your screen, and it still heavily leans the way of the blue team in Team Secret. However, they've got the focus going, and now they've got this this breach opened up towards site, and there's Noah going in for a plant already. I'm looking in for a kill here. Nuas is going to be the one to find Adrian. Noah is going in deep along with June by the looks of it. They've got a couple off the back of it, Tim, in a spot where they can get a plant down here in a moment, as long as the cover is there. All down to Ashen by himself, who has now got to step on forward. Has one smoke in back pocket. If he places it well, this could be beautiful, but I think he's just about missed it out. Noah going to finish that off, and Ashen has got a lot of work to do to recover this.
Yeah, really well played from Doom on the cover there. We just saw him sending that flash utility across in towards Ashen's position and preventing him being able to push forward. No one knows the peak is coming, steps around, gets...
I think it looks almost pedestrian for them. They won all 3 attacks on that top floor, and only in one. SSG try and make the odd change. The C4 from Benja below maybe helping, but
Over on this top side, looking to aggress and create pressure from our 6 room. Fultz is in there, has the diffuser as well. Beautiful rotate from Doom to go downstairs and take Benjamaster out now. That's fantastic because he was causing a real nuisance of himself with the book. J9O gets a double though as they try to get aggressive. That could be a bad call from Secret. 3 versus 3 and they're in the site, SSG, and they're starting to do some work, but Secret somehow standing tall.
Might be a 3K for one, but it's a 3K for the other. Doom turning into a bit of a demon in the round himself. News with the ultimate recover was sat downstairs watching out for any C4s that could be used, but now has to sprint upstairs and try and recover this round. And Mowgli's watching. Enter the trade between players.
From Doom, all the way up on top floor in display. Not sure how aware of that SSG are, because he absolutely annihilates Benja with a shotty. I don't know what day it is after that.
Oh, he had such a great time on Fortress. He's 2-8 on this map. He has been kept so quiet by Secret. You can see that comfort on the map building on through. The echo of Adrian will fall to Newers. Still
Peak, but at least peek around the frame. You know, he was just stood bang in the middle of the doorway, so it was an easy pickup. Fultz manages to find Doom eventually, so now 4 versus 3. A minute left. There's 2 minutes been wasted by Doom on the roam there, and Hadrian supporting as well, but losing that Yorkai and Echo is certainly not the best. He's causing a problem. You gotta go one way or the other, Savage. 3 versus 1 as SSG. The tack timeout certainly seems to have done a bit of something for them. It looks like they're going to get themselves their first attack.
What I will say to this is it feels as like Secret have gone really aggressive across the map here, and they've paid the price for it ultimately. This is where things have gone wrong, and sure enough, SSG exposed. It's almost impossible to plant unless you can get in and get rid of some players first, and that's what they're going for. Dr. Be Cool coming on through, but Adrian wins out the 1v1 onto Ashen, looking for another, not quite finding him. It's Fultz to get the reverse. So a trade being secured off the back of that first phone call, a moment of peace. But no doubt when that next call's available, we'll see it kick off all over again.
Yeah, great use of the bathroom windows from Fultz there, just putting sort of peak holes in both of them so you don't know where the challenge is going to come from. Benja manages to pick up Noah as well. 4 versus 3 now. SSG into the ascendancy again, maybe just building a little bit of momentum, but it's absolutely free for Mowgli. He goes crazy and gets a double, can't make it a triple though. Newers manages to shut him down, and there's kills from SSG elsewhere. Fultz with the final one. SSG we had played those 2 rounds thinking we'll win it on top. I think that and move into display. They're now coming up to a defense on that side. This is really nice from Secret.
They haven't got time. Ashen can't get through all this fire is the problem. He's going to have to jump in and just take a lot of burn damage. Smokes go down and Fultz topping in as well to the final 30 or so. But there's 2 kills for Secret. Last time they denied this rotation, it worked out in their favor, and it's going exactly the same way again. Newers in a 1v4. Diffuser is down. He's on the wrong side of the map. This only goes one way. It's a Secret win in round 10, and we're going to have to see how Clubhouse goes to pick out a winner. How they opt to play the map. We'll get into our bans first. Secret taking Capital off the board. Kite on the other side, I imagine, joined up by a Bandit, indeed. And the Grim one.
It's going to allow Noah an ability to challenge onto the breach should he need to. But I think it also just helps protect that wall from the long-range breach as well, because both sides have been reinforced. So it's just going to give him that vision into sight and a few options. Mowgli manages to take down Fultz. 5 versus...
He has been abated. Bearing in mind, Tim, this isn't even the site. This is the other side of the map. They've got to clear out Mowgli, recover the diffuser, and then look towards the site. But they are bleeding out here. Second player, and Ashen goes down. Secret doing great so far, and here comes Benji to try and rescue it. Not going to happen for long, as Adrian steps across. Is looking all things up Secret in round 1. They get us going in convincing fashion.
Yeah, really nice there with that, because he's the one that, of course, can sort of teleport back on the Scorpos, assuming that his other shell is back in sight. That's too easy, folks. He's just unaware of the fact that that lower wall has been opened up and he gets punished. Ashen is there for the immediate trade, but still, a minute 25 left on the clock. We don't have hatches open. There is no access in towards site yet for SSG. Savage is now teleported back to site as well. Really nice from him, but there is still only 2 left alive on site. 4 versus 2 though, looking good for Secret.
To be fair, SSG have done what I thought they might try, which is to try and go direct towards site. They've just lost 2 players to the DMR. And off the back of it, that really removes all the wind in their sail. But Secret are not going to make this one easy for him.
In a game where the battle is likely going to be decided over who can attack the best, it is not looking like a great start for SSG. Fultz and J90 are now moving in to try and increase the pressure on this side. The Nomad is going to make it difficult. Doom taken down. Beautiful teamwork. J90 the one to pick up that kill. Benja is going to try and aggress. He's going to take a lot of damage. Mowgli manages to pick up J90 as well. Secret holding on again, just standing firm. This is looking great from the EU side. Nitro deployed, but it's going to be short of the mark. It's not going to find its way over onto the stairs. Benja still needs to be careful. Got to clear out this barbed wire. It will do him damage. Just sends up the flashbang in case they're still playing in that position, but they have dropped away and more time is being wasted. There's only 40 seconds. I really don't think that anything is going to happen for SSG here other than what did. Will
embolden you, but everything else from there just fell completely flat on its face, unfortunately. Really like
progress inside the map again. I'm going to say the same as I said last time around. We need to see them taking some control. Mowgli, he just keeps getting away with it. Get into catwalk. It's very late to start doing this.
I'm not sure about this one, Chief. Like construction, they can't even get control of because now Mowgli's still got hold of that ground. They're trying in towards Logi by the looks of it to push in through there.
In the ascendancy.
They're trying to do too much. They've got Ashton in construction, J90 on the platform, Repel. You've had, of course, Benja trying to work through Garage. They really need to solidify down to two things at once here. They'll pay the price because it's too many 1v1s or trades coming out for Secret. They take another round. SSG, I think, just getting a bit lost in it,
thinking that there's very little chance that happens. Savage is still in position. It's too easy. He gets himself a double. Beautiful stuff from Savage. Mowgli onto J90. Secret just starting to style on them at this point, Des.
It's looking a bit pedestrian, isn't it, Tim? Savage not flashed out at top red. There was the big curse for them that really punished them. They needed to make sure that he could not step across and get the couple of kills that he did. Unfortunately, utility not placed on the... But he is quite alone here. Admittedly, June can come across and join him at any time, but Ashen is making sure that it's hard for June to move, given he's sat on that construction window.
Yeah, this is great from Noah. A minute 40 wasted, and he still hasn't been shifted out. They do manage to take his shield away. This utility absolutely raining in around him, but kills come in from elsewhere. 3 kills, and the round, again, is pretty much over. SSG are now left with the players on the window. Ashen absolutely right that he has to try and move into CCTV, because otherwise they're just going to get shot from there, but he gets killed as he goes in to do it. It leaves Newers all alone. He's got a problem in Garage, he's got a problem in construction, and it is the problem in construction that's going to get the kill. Doom swings around, gets the last man.
He's probably the most dominant that I've seen, I'd say, Tim, so far here at SI. Only
a bit quiet.
Ashen more specifically. I think he knows this clearly ain't going the way that they would have liked. Can still put up a pretty good 3-floor hold. Or will Secret just tear them apart at first time of asking?
Doom just taking a little bit of damage from the barbed wire there. J90 picks up the entry and Fultz doubles down. Okay, SSG get themselves into the round in a big way. Newers as well. That's going to help them because it's a kill to 3 different people. Start building that confidence. Start feeling like you're getting rolling. Newers picks up Mowgli, and in 5-6 seconds, Secret find themselves from a 5v5 to a 1v5. A minute 45 left on the clock. Nothing that Adrian can do other than just see if any opportunities present themselves to get a kill, which it does. 1v5 becomes a 1v4. He knows that there's one around this corner, but the problem is he's going to be swung from the other side. Not being able to play quite as advanced, although saying that, he's got back up. He's on those stairs again. They are aware. He's exposed himself, and Noah picks up the kill. 5 versus 4.
Yeah, far too easy for them there. You know, Newers, like you say, was sort of forced to move because the shield was taken away. Into the waiting arms of Noah on the other side. J90 has now got 3 players all gathering underneath him, but Mowgli's gone down to Benja. Good assist coming in there from up on the window, I want to say that was. Master Window catching him just as he stepped on forward. Savage has gone as well, so now we're down to a 1v1 around Garage. What's going on? Secret collapsing here at the back of SSG, just showing a lick of aggression, and suddenly it's a 2 versus 4.
Well, it turns out nobody can attack on Clubhouse today, does it? Looks like SSG have come, you know, out of nowhere, really. They've, like I said, they've looked sort of disorganised and a little bit off the pace on the attack. They move on to the defence and all of a sudden they look solid. They're picking up kills from everywhere. The utility's being taken away, but they're thinking around the problem and creating new opportunities, new possibilities for themselves. Adrian goes in and gets one onto Fultz, takes damage as he does. Benja closes him out, and that's going to...
just about missed his chance. They'll certainly try again. Here's Adrian got up and over. Yes, he has, and turns around and catches him. That was Ashen's moment. He did it a lot back on Fortress. won't quite have the same joy here on Clubhouse.
Yeah, he's been unfortunate there. It was a great effort for him, a real opportunity, but that allows Savage now to work in underneath. He is below the hatch, and he's ready to go. He just needs that utility to start coming in and the confusion to be created. Newers is the problem. At the minute, is he aware? No, he's not. Newers, he stands tall, gets a big double. What a defense from SSG coming out here.
And there's still a player from Garage shooting back up anyway. We've seen that so many times this game. Can only imagine Savage probably a bit frustrated there, screaming, how the hell did we not know about Newers? He was sat right next to the window. We should have seen him on a drone ages ago. And like that, the whole round crumbles off his back. J90 with the closing kill. That's 3 on about.
Goes up the hatch as the Amaru. He doesn't turn around to try and challenge. If he knows Newers is there, down dirt as well. Give them something to think about, because what this is going to do is it's going to force SSG to bring people back to site. No, it's not, because J90 is just going to shoot Savage. Hold that line all the way through site. This is actually good from Secret. There's an opportunity to get in here and put the diffuser down. They're going to try to rush through, but no. Benja, he's played that smart. He's kept himself out of the line of sight from main stairs, but still been in position to be able to prevent that rush behind the bar to get the diffuser down. Leaves us now heading for 6-4 at this rate, unless Doom can hit a 1v4.
Absolutely not, I'm afraid. It's all but a flawless round, if not for that kill onto Ashen.
Will not have the keeper barricades to play behind.
Just grabbing up that Grimby there. He's tracked out by this. I know exactly where he is. If they've got any of the nades they can throw up, I don't think they do, Tim. They're out of utility. They've got to push onto him. Savage getting rid of J90 eventually. He was laid down in that back corner. They've cracked it, but they have lost a player in the process.
Yeah, not the end of the world. It's the striker with the utility. Newers managing to do a job from down in oil pit. It's the oldest trick in the book on Clubhouse. You've got to be aware of it. He switched to the pistol. He continues fighting. Surely his days are numbered. Fultz manages to take down Adrian elsewhere. They still don't have Newers done. Eventually, Doom manages to get the job done. Newers straight in the chat. SSG starting to play that. 25 seconds left to go. It's not the ideal time for a rotation, but Benja being able to play inside a CCTV behind there,
oh my God,
is great. Ashen manages to get the kill onto Savage as he comes in through the window. It's now all up to Doom from the breach. 10 seconds left to go. SSG are going to give him nothing. This is going to 12. Who would have thought it?
Absolute target blindness from Savage as well, expecting. He knew Ashen was to his left, but didn't realize a player was in front of his face, blending in with the environment. It is going all the way to 12, Tim. They have got, Tim, to get this done here and now. Otherwise, we're overtime abound.
Yep, Savage is going to move in. He's looking to go for the plant. He's trying to push through. He actually goes into bathroom looking for kills. Noah picks up Ashen. Savage is stood in the middle of side. It's a triple from Noah at the end, though, to close it out. Secret get it done in the last gasp round. Managed to get the one successful attack on Clubhouse to take the lion's share of the points. EUB 10A.